All right, we're going to watch Charlie's breaststroke here. Charlie, as we're watching the breaststroke, make sure that you're also looking at the notes that we put in the email, just different things that are, if you're not able to watch sometimes the videos, you can kind of see one of the things that we're working on, some of the things that we're talking about on your breaststroke. So do make sure you take the time to look at those. Glad to have you back from the high school season for sure. Like how strong your kick is here. Like how you're really pushing your hands forward through that breaststroke. That looks great. Good turn. Streamline looks excellent. Do the underwater pull out right where we need to be. Good. So we see some things we like. See some things we want to work on. So let's kind of start this video over and kind of take it step by step. All right, so the very first thing that we see, we want to make sure we try to work on, as you can see, is you right away when you start to push your hands, you're starting to push your hands down, and then you're starting to bring them up. Make sure you're really trying to, we say shoot a lot, right? The coaches say shoot, and it's really trying to get you to push your hands forward, drive your hands forward. We don't want so much of an up and down movement. So as you start to get your head in, then your hands start to come up a little bit. All right, you want to make sure your hands are moving forward the entire time. When you're going forward and down, you're doing more of this movement here, and we don't really want to do this movement here on breaststroke. Okay, make sure you're pushing forward just a little bit better. As you start that pull, your hands are a little bit inside your elbows. Just try to press those hands out just a little bit more. All right, as you start to get underneath that chin, that's when your hands want to start coming in, but you kind of bring them in a little bit too quickly. As you start to push forward, you can see your kick is starting to engage. That's great. Head position is looking down, which is excellent. Remember, we talked about this, I think even last year a little bit. Try not to bring those knees quite so far into your hips. You'll see that a little bit closer as we get right in front. All right, so as we get into our stroke here, your legs haven't yet finished, and as you can see, you're already starting to engage your next pull. You want to make sure that your breaststroke kick is finished before you start your pull. It's important. The timing of breaststroke is always probably the #1 most important thing. Breaststroke is more of a timing stroke than just sheer power. So you've got to have that timing down. So let those legs come all the way together so you can really just push it a little bit further forward. Right here, your feet have just come together right there, and you're already probably about a third of the way through your pull. Okay? Eyes are looking forward. Remember, we're going to keep that head in line, so your eyes should be more looking in this position here as that shoulders, as that chest starts to come above that water. Right here where your hands are, that is so good. It's right underneath your chin. That's exactly where we want it to keep. And you do a great job of pushing forward in the beginning, but you can start to see your fingers are already pointing down. Okay, so right here, you're a little bit below the water, so you've kind of got a little bit of short arms. You want to make sure you're pushing this way and extend that push a little bit better. Extend that stroke just a little bit better. All right, again, look how low your knees are right in line with those hips. You don't want to have them quite so much out even with your hips. You want to have them a little bit more, just a little bit more bend in there. Your feet are turning out really, really well. That looks great. Your kick really is very good. Just don't come in quite so far, okay? Do a good job of turning your legs out. And when you finish your legs, your breaststroke is perfect. Just make sure you keep your hands forward a little bit better. All right, as we go into that turn, nice job of hitting that wall. Right here, you can see that your feet are almost stacked. Make sure those feet are stacked all the way through all the time. You want to make sure those feet are hitting that wall. More in this position here, with your knees more in this position here. Okay? As you hit the wall, you can see your feet are a little bit high and a little bit more on an angle. All right? Make sure those knees are up just a little bit better. As we start to come off that wall, you really do a great job locking in. You're locked already, okay? And you always want to be locked in right before you push off that wall. So that's a good streamline. That really helps you be a little bit stronger, a little bit faster. The fastest point you are in a race is always off your start, but the second fastest point is at push off the wall on your turn. This streamline, this body line, excellent job. Charlie, that looks fantastic. Also, love the fact that you do the dolphin kick early at the start of your stroke before you do the first stroke. That's great. On the pull, you want to make sure when your hands are getting right here, even with your shoulders and your chest, this is where you want to really make sure you snap those arms right to the front of your thighs. Make sure those hands are really pushing down. Don't just let them fall, but snap. You can see that your hands are out to the side here. Put them on the front of your thighs. Head position looks pretty good. As you start to slide those hands up your body right here, you can see you let your hands fall a little bit away from your stomach. Make sure you slide your hands up your stomach, up your chest, up your chin. Keep sneaky hands. Keep those hands sliding as close to your body as you can. You want to create as little resistance as possible. As you start to push those hands towards the surface, great job of starting the underwater breaststroke, first stroke, and you're getting your head ready to break the surface. That's excellent. We always like to see a good breakout, and Charlie, that's one of the best I've seen, so well done.